Today we're going to visit Alcantara. Alcantara is in the province of Cáceres, about midpoint between Plasencia and the town of Cáceres. It's a little bit east of both of those towns, going towards Portugal. This is the famous Roman bridge built in the 100 AD. Now that's a hydro dam. That's more current times. The people that built that hydro dam also have purchased the San Benito de Alcantara, the convent, and converted it. This is the church, San Pedro. Now there seems to be two churches here, and I believe the other one is Santa Maria. I couldn't quite get that 100% cleared. So this is sort of the town. It's small. I mean, this Alcantara is probably a reasonable 3-hour visit. It takes about an hour to take the tour, and you have to go in a tour through the convent, which is to me the highlight of the place. But this gives you a feel of what the town looks like. It's small. It's a little bit more dilapidated than some of the other places. Maybe not as much economics happening here. It's funny, you don't see anybody on the streets. It's like real desolate. We're coming up to the convent. Constructed in 1505 of the Catholic Order of the Knights, the Knighthood of Alcantara. They were part of the group that fought to remove the Muslims from the Iberian Peninsula. And this would have been one of their stops or places to recover or be connected to. Now, it's a bit odd because that was during the 13th century, but this convent was built in the 15th century. So there's a little bit mismatch there of timing. So I don't know if it was built in their honor or whether there was another church here and this was built on top of it. So not too sure about that detail. But they give a wonderful, it's a free tour by the electric company of the convent, and it's quite good. I mean, the guy who does the tour is very energetic about it, very well knowledged. Now you do have to hit it at specific times. They only do so many tours, and they're at very specific times, and they're pretty fussy about having to start at that time. This is sort of the interior. Now this used to belong publicly also. Like, look at these arches, isn't that something? So remember, this is a convent. Now they're offices for the electric company, and they run these tours, I think maybe 3-4 times a day. That's where some of the noble people are buried. Again, on the right there, you saw the glass that was for offices. Just beautiful, beautiful arches. What again you don't see here are bukus of people. So Alcantara is close enough to some of the other sites it's easy to get to. I mean, certainly if you're driving a car, easy parking because it's not on the big tourist trail. So what I liked also is that we can kind of see the building in a more raw state instead of being completely all finished out and polished. This gives you a little bit more original sense of what the structure probably looked like. I'm sure there's some gold in there someplace. Some priest had to hide it someplace. So the power company bought the church and turned it into offices. And I do wonder if part of the negotiation, maybe for taxes, was that they keep the church open for historic purposes and do free tours. In the 18th century, the convent was confiscated by the minister Zopal, and it became state property and used as a jail and a school. 1961 was the hydroelectrification. España bought it. The Hidroelectrica Española. So this is really interesting. So this is a spiral staircase. It's impossible to do it justice with this photograph. However, it goes straight up like 4 stories, and it's just a marvel to see. I had to include that. Thanks for coming with me on this tour. Remember to subscribe and like.